Hello YouTube, hi, this is Andrew Bartlett, and I'm just going to show you kind of a quick video on how to make slicers, organize data in Excel using a pivot. And I'm showing you right now, I just made some random data, and honestly slicers and the date tables, your timelines are incredible. I absolutely love them. Now, keep in mind, there's a disclaimer. I always gotta say this. I'm using Microsoft Excel 2000, I think it's 16 version, the newest one, and this is on the 64-bit version. All right. So let's commence with this. Now, I'm going to use the same information that I got from the master sales list, which now, in order to make a pivot table, honestly, that's kind of way to do it. You can't just say like apples and oranges, like do like this. And just select that data and pretty much using your pivot table to say, oh, the apples is this price, and let's say the sales price is 240, and the orange is like $1.50. I'm just making stuff up right now, and pears are what's a good price for pears? 130. And then just select this whole data along with all this. Watch what will happen if you insert a pivot table. See, you want to put in the a new worksheet, so you play around with it. Watch, it'll give you an error because pretty much all the rows got to match, or I mean, it's got to be. Yeah, it'll give you an error. I'll just put it to you that way. But I mean, you can play around with figures in here or in some area, like let's say you want to. Obviously, you want to use this currency. Currency. There we go. Okay, so let's say equals sum. This times, let's say, times. So apples, let's say all this was apples. For instance, you can just do it like this. So, you kind of do it like that. And then, but you only have your information in here, so you kind of do it like this. So I kind of did it like an oddball way. Every single thing has a category: apples, oranges, pears, and I just repeated it honestly. So so if you have a product and you can say specifically on this day and on this time, you sold apples, you sold oranges. Let's say you something different. So I just want to point that out. Okay, so nobody contacts me and says, oh, I can't do it. So all right. So what I'm gonna do. So this is your new sheet that I made. Okay, and it's just the same thing. I just copied the same data. So it's going to look exactly like this, pretty much. And, all right, so what I'm going to do here is do the down arrow, and shift all the way over to whatever you want to add. So I'm going to insert, and do a pivot table. And it's always best to work with a new sheet. Just click the new sheet, use existing sheet. It's going to look, I don't know. Honestly, I strongly advise just do a new sheet. Okay, so new sheet. Now, and so that we don't confuse everything from everything, I'm just going to label this video. Video data. Okay, and we're going to label this. And how I change the names is you just right click, rename. Honestly, right click will work for just about everything in life and Microsoft. It's honestly the magic button. Okay, so let's say video pivot. And I even named the thing pivot table, so for the video. So, all right, so you go over to data, that's fine, you don't need to do anything. And so now this is where it gets fun. All you need to do, like if you want to filter by date, which is what I did, with a date and a filter. So see, you can select all the date, everything. All right. And because we want to filter by product, we want to see how much the pairs are doing or whatever, do it like that. Now this work is kind of tricky. You could do whichever way you want to do this. So like your total quantity, which what I kind of did like this, like let's see, you had, let me see here, let's say you had this quantity, your original quantity, you sold this, okay? And there's a lot of different ways you could do this. So you got your quantity, you can do it, put in your rows, so you see it all lined up like that. And you could do the sold quantity, your columns, kind of mix match. You don't have a grand total, you can try to get the grand total, but what I kind of like doing, okay, so let's just remove this. So you got your rows of your quantity, okay, and let's say you want to do the sales price. Let's see here. I like using the values. So if you put in the values, you can always manipulate the data to whatever way you want. So we want it to do sales price. We could just put it like this. So right now it's on the count. Okay. Let's just do the we could just do the average. Make them all average. Make the average amount, and you switch it to currency. Okay. Okay. So that's like the average price that you're going to sell within this. Let me see here. So it'll match up by your quantity and the average price. Okay. Or what I like doing, honestly, is we could throw all of this into the sum. So you get the average sales price, okay, that's done with everything. And the quantity, okay, so this is on the count, okay, we're going to sum, so you're going to get a total sum, and there's not really any number formatting because it's all just one number, so cancel out of that, and okay. So here's your total quantity, here's the average sales, and now, like, honestly, like everyone's going to think, oh, I can just move this, and, you can't do that in pivot table. Sorry, it's kind of weird. The only way you can move this is you go down here. Let's say you want to move down, okay? So you got the sum of your quantity. Let's see, you want to move up. Or you could literally just drag it and drop it. Okay, so let's do kind of like this. So the average price that you're selling and the sum or total that you had on hand. Let's say your sold quantity, okay, you had some and you sold some, and we're going to change it to the count to the sum, so you're going to add all that you sold. Okay, there you go. And let's try and see how much you have left over. So this part's nice. Go to analyze, field items with sets, make it a calculated field. And what you're going to do is, let's name it I don't know, quantity left, quantity remaining. Okay, now go to your formula. Let's delete this part. So it equals. Okay, so let me see here. So you want to do quantity, your total quantity, minus your sold quantity. I'm hoping I get this right, because sometimes they get a little tricky. You could add the field like that, or you can just hit OK. Don't matter. It'll be in here. So it's in there. So you close out and see. So there you got your sum quantity. Oh, I got it right. Cool. So 300 minus that, 301 minus 181. Okay, so, and that's actually already in the sum of quantity remaining. Okay. Now let's try and get your revenue. Okay. So again, we're going to go to fields and items, fields, items, and sets, calculate field. So you sold this. Let me see, revenue, sales revenue. Okay, so you get your sold quantity times, do the little asterisk, do the star right here for times the sales price. Now, and again, this is an average sales price, and add it, cancel out. So there you go. So that's your revenue. Now, obviously, you don't want it looking like that. So sales of revenue. Just right click it. Go to show value as number, currency. Okay, and you can change it to like this, to where if it's in the negative, it'll be red. All these are different ways to show it. At least I just kind of like it to where if it's positive here, if it's negative, it'll show negative. So you can do it like that. Okay. Hit OK. Now, obviously, you don't want your table to say this, so kind of do it this way. This is my own little shortcut. Let's see here. If you name it, if you keep it the same here and you just delete it, it'll tell you you already have it. It's just me, the sum. So, you kind of do it like AV sales price. I know it's probably a different way to do it, wrong, you name it. No, sorry. Put it like this, total quantity on hand. Just total quantity. Enter. Total sold quantity. And quantity remaining. Total, remaining quantity. Let's do that. So just set these here. Okay. Could get lucky in this. Okay. Let's put. Either way it'll work. So now here's your date filters, anything like that, and here's your product filter. Now you can filter it like this, which is it's nice. So let's say we only want to see the oranges. Okay. Let's say the date sold. Oh, gee. Kind of hard to do without the slicer, but I'm just trying to guess. I'll show you with the slicer, without the slicer. I'll just guess on this date. Oh, we didn't sell any. Oh well. Let me see. Data. Clear filters. Okay. So now, here's where the magic happens. I love this. Kind of gets you geeking out and everything. All right. So you go to Insert, Slicer. So we want to pretty much filter the product. Okay. And if you also insert a timeline. Oh wait, my bad. I got to at least click on something. Timeline, date sold. Okay. So now watch this. We wanted the apples, and it looks like, let's just go to January. So the apples sold in January is this much, the average price. And, you sold 41, wow, 41 out of 48. And you only have 7 remaining, and your total revenue is this. Okay. Oranges, let's see what happened there. You have a little bit more left. You have a lot more left. Pears. Oh, you didn't sell any in January. Oh well. There goes the pears. Okay, February. Let's see what happened there. Let's see if we got any pears. Yeah, we got pears. All right, we sold some stuff in February. So, you had 17. Yeah, so you pretty much have. Torquay. Yeah, that's right. 20. And made $262. Now, obviously, it's just revenue. I could put like, you could go to your original information, but yes, you'd have to make another pivot table. I know there's a way you can add data into it, but I'm not going to cover that right now. So, all right. So now from here, since I like nice colors and you name it, hit whatever you want. I kind of like the green. It's just my own preference. Date, options, green. Okay, and here, sign, green. Okay. Now, and we could also do insert a. Now you can do a conditional formatting, like but this might make the video a little bit too long. So yeah, I know everyone wants to just learn how to do a pivot table, pivot chart. This is just the general on how to do it. I could enter the formulas to make they could do this. What if you're what if you were to deplete all your quantity? Okay, so I'll just do this just for kicks and giggles right now. Insert formulas. Okay. So let's say logical if. My fault. Yeah, you can't do that. It's calculated. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's it for right now. And so, and now this can be refreshed any way you want. So, like, let's say we have apples. Okay. So let's try and deplete this. So 78. So we got 24. Let's just add 24 sold, so we get this 0. Okay, so let's go here, apples, we'll just do this, sold quantity. Now I did this at random, you could do rand between, alright, and this is the easy way to just make up data. Let's do 24. Okay. Yeah, it'll do something. I mean, it might not deplete it completely, but refresh. Hit the refresh button and go over to the pivot. Hit the refresh. Okay. Now watch this. Let's go to apples. Oh, it's close. Oh well. Yeah, I know it's because it's all random. So yeah, before we had like 24, so now we got 12 left. Yeah, so, and that's because I put the random function in there. I'll show you how that's done real quick. Video. So if you do, like, let's say equals rand, okay. And if you wanted to do a number, let's say this is a random, completely random number. It's not related to anything. So let's say random number times, I think I did 15 over here. 15. Enter. So do this. Drag that puppy down as much as you want. So between 1, so times 15, so it's just like up to kind of 15 numbers. So now, go over here, like I did earlier, and get to currency. There you go. There's some random numbers you can put in for anything. All right. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll post some more videos on how to do pivot charts. Now you see, obviously, it's like this because this would be what would be shown if you didn't get the format in. So there you go. All right, and oh, and one last thing, if you want to print, keep in mind it's going to show these as well. I mean, it's good, you know, if you wanted to, you know, if you had nothing filtered like this, nothing's filtered, so it says, it doesn't say anything at all, pretty much. And it's like, it's all your info. So you kind of drag this in here, drag that in there, and so it's like all the date periods, and cut out the blank. So nothing blank is in there. And yeah, and let's go to print. So it'll be all on one page. Yeah, I know it looks cut off, but hey, it works. And if you don't want it in there, obviously you move it way off in left field, right field, and Control P. So now it doesn't show up at all. Okay, and you just go to one page out of one page. And it's just going to print that one page. Okay? Oh, my fault. This will look better. So there you go. Just one page of apples. And it's all your dates. So, and one last thing. Obviously, it doesn't have a header and footer. So, it's kind of odd. You don't go to header and footer, you go to text, which has header and footer. Okay, let's say fruit chart, fruit table. Control U, let's make it underlined. Okay, let's go to the footer. So let's delete that. Let's put the page number. Let's do page number to the right, And let's put the date, current date to the left. Okay. Let's exit out. Okay, so, and you can do it on every other page, either way you want. Let's go back to normal view. See it? There we go, got it. Oh, I guess you had to click numerous times. So there's now if you want to print. Now you got fruit table, the current date, which is the 7th, and page 1. And you're only going to print the first page, okay? All right. That is officially it. That's how you can make a quick kind of pivot table. And that's pretty much like the same one I did earlier, see? All right. That is it. Sorry for the long video, but have a great day.